Today's edition of City Line is pure fun as we feature rap music and breakdancing and a Super Breakers contest that you'll have a chance to judge the best in Baltimore. Hi, I'm Jackie Hall.
And look at this trophy, and I'm Dan Henson. We've got a full house today, and we're going to have some of the best rappers and breakers around to demonstrate two of the hottest teen phenomena to come along in a long, long time.
And we'll be joined by City Line's own Tim Watts and Curtis Anderson of WWIN Radio and Jay Russell of station WEBB.
And for those of you or us who don't know how to break, Fred Carter will be here to discuss his free and easy breakdancing book.
For an hour of fun, and pure fun, stay with City Line for our special Rappers and Breakers show. Excited about today's show. One of our first guests to talk about breakdancing is Fred Carter. He is the publisher of a free and easy method of breakdancing. Welcome back to City Line, Fred.
Thank you.
Good to have you.
I'm glad to be back.
Fred's got a free and easy method of modeling also.
And
he breaks it all
photography.
down.
Right, and photography.
Exactly.
Yes,
Let me ask you, in terms of putting together this book, how were you able to harness the energy of breakdancing to put it down in 1, 2, 3 fashion?
First, I had to pull out my hair, when you talk about breakdancing. It's a job, I tell you. What we did primarily is we did a lot of researching. We called New York, we checked with people in Philadelphia, we called California. We got a group of breakdancers together, and then we did a lot of research, and we started putting our notes down, and we put it in the book form.
Well, what is breakdancing for those 2 people out there who don't know?
What it's all about, you can break your neck if you don't do it properly. That's what break means. You know, the word break means. You can really break something if it's not done properly.
Well, what is it?
Breakdancing is when you throw yourself on the floor, it's a form of gymnastics and mime.
But I mean, is it a cultural art form, Fred, or is it just a passing thing?
It's a passing thing. It's like the kids basically in the streets of New York and the streets of California didn't know what to do. So they got out there and said, let's spin on our heads or spin on our backs, let's do something, let's attract some attention.
To music.
Right, to music. And they did something. They really did something with it.
It's very much like acrobatics, isn't it?
Really like acrobatics, yeah. These kids are great.
And they get down on the floor and they spin around?
They spin around. That's
now, Fred, let me ask you, what is the difference?
Don't ask me to spin now.
No, we're gonna ask you to critique the spinners, but,
Okay.
let me just ask you, I mean, what is the difference between breaking and popping?
Breaking and popping? Okay, breaking, as I said, is when you get to the floor and you do your spins, or you do what you call like a back spin, you do a butt spin, a knee spin, they have like the crab walk, donkey kick. Now when you get to popping is like you're breaking up your body. You know, you do your movements, you break the body.
So you get down on the floor and spin around and pop?
No, you stand up primarily, you pop, you swing. These kids, you know how to pop, right? The kids know how to pop.
Well, the kids know how to pop, but there might be 2 or 3 people at home who don't know
but that's what popping is. You know, you see the kids, they get out there and take their fingers, they break their body here, they break their elbow here, and they break their wrist here, and they start doing all the movements. Pop.
You look like you do it pretty good.
No, not that good.
Fred, what's a nice man like you writing a book about breakdancing?
Nice people write books on breakdancing. Why not?
What was the purpose for doing it?
You know, I saw there was a need, and I'd spoken to a lot of kids, particularly a lot of kids in the suburbs, and they said, we would like to know how to breakdance. Now, you know, as breakdancing is a dance that come out of the ghettos of New York and Philadelphia and California and all over, and the suburban kids say, I would like to learn this. So that's why we put together the book. I put together the book with my wife, Anita Carter, and her associate is also Miriam Mikulak. They were the writers of the book.
So, but the book basically is pictures of how to do various things.
Step by
descriptions, step by step.
If you follow the pictures, you can do it well. Now, I want to see you do it.
If you follow the pictures,
you can do it well.
Well, quite honestly, I followed the pictures. And all I found was that my back started hurting.
Okay, that could happen
And then
too.
my legs started hurting.
Your legs started hurting?
My neck started hurting. But the point is essentially that basically this covers the movements where you get down on the floor.
Get down on the floor, right.
As opposed to your various basic pop.
Yeah, this is actually breaking movements instead of popping movements.
Okay, now you've got the book out,
right?
And the book is going to teach people how to break dance.
Yeah, but be sure they don't break their neck though. You can break your neck if you're not careful. I'm saying that very seriously. You should like really exercise first. You should really get your body in condition before you attempt any sort of breakdancing.
Okay, now, but
I'm telling you that, though.
no, I appreciate it. You know, because of my advanced age, I can't
Yeah, right.
think about getting down and doing this, and of course, I'm going to leave that to the kids today. But you know, but as part of the book, obviously, you want people to buy it, to get a hold of it. It's
Absolutely.
really a fancy-looking book here. How do people get a hold of the book?
Well, people can get hold of the book by calling our number. We have a toll-free number in Philadelphia. You can call for anywhere in the country, and the number is 1-800-533-FREE, free. An operator is standing by now.
533 free.
Free, right.
We must indicate that there is a fee for
There
the
is a
book.
fee.
The book is not free.
The book is $9.95 plus $2 for postage and handling.
Where do you see breakdancing going?
Oh, I see it. It's no limit to where breakdance is going now. It's, you know, as a matter of fact, you know, it came out over like 8 years ago, and with the advent, more or less, of was it the Jennifer Beal movie, the Flashdance?
Flashdance.
It came right back up again, and I said it's no limit to where it's going to go. A lot of kids are talking about that breakdancing might become part of the Olympics soon.
Do you know what I found that was interesting? I attended a performance at our School for the Arts, which is similar to what's shown in the TV show Fame.
Right.
And they had choreographed a break dance, which was excellent, and kind of paired it with ballet, which was an
Let me tell you something.
interesting.
I can input something there. We have
Let me ask you, let's hold that point, and let's come back on that point, because I want to remind everybody at home that you can join in the discussion by calling us at 481-1313. And right after we go to this break, we're going to have a breakdancing contest where you're going to have an opportunity to actually vote from home. We'll tell you all about how to do that in a few minutes.
That's right, and you be the judge.
Boy, welcome back to the special edition of City Line on Breaking and Rapping. And just before we went away, Fred Carter was finishing up on a point about choreography on
I was mentioning there's a group in Philadelphia, and they just did a performance for the Philadelphia Symphony Orchestra, and it was phenomenal just to see how the people responded to it, young and old alike.
Fantastic.
That's
okay.
great.
Now, I'll tell you what we're going to do now. We're going to have a contest, and you at home are going to have an opportunity to vote as to which is the best breakdancing group on the Baltimore scene. The first group coming up on the tape is the Rockets. The second group is called Chocolate Boogie. Now, let me just draw a distinction. The Rockets are, in fact, breakdancing, and Chocolate Boogie is popping. And so let's take a look at that, and then we'll tell you how to vote for them. Oh, you can do nothing.
contestants. They are Rockets. That was the first group. If you think that Rockets is the winner of the two-part contest, please call 900-720-2660. And don't forget, there is a 50-cent charge for the call. That's if you're going to vote for Rockets, which are the Breakers. That was the first group. The second group,
The Poppers.
Chocolate Boogie, which are the Poppers. If you think they are the winners, then you call 900-720-2666. That's 1-900-720-2666. And I remind you, there is 50 cents for the call. These are the numbers again on the screen if you want to vote for Rockets, which was the first group, or Chocolate Boogie, the second group.
Okay, we've still got Fred Carter with us, the author and the publisher of the Free and Easy book on breakdancing, and we've got a question from the audience. Yes, sir.
How you doing? Fred, you said breakdancing originated about 8 years ago.
Approximately around that time, yes.
I thought it was something like 6, you know.
Between, I say, well, it's debatable, between 6 and 8 years ago, yes.
You know exactly where did it originate?
There's a lot of controversy there, whether it originated in New York or Los Angeles.
What was your question? Is that your question?
No.
Mm-hmm.
Why aren't there any break dancers in places like Billings, Montana?
Oh, why?
Yeah, this
I
is.
don't. You know why? Because this is, like I said, this is a ghetto dance, and we're making sure that it's going to be in like Billings, Montana, with our book.
Yeah, I hope
It's
so.
happening now. It's
Yeah.
happening right now. We're getting calls from all over.
All right, thanks a lot.
Okay,
Thank
Okay,
you for the
welcome.
question.
Yeah.
Fred, let me ask you, can the Breakers make money doing this?
Absolutely. We're getting so many calls for assignments for breakdance. It's a shame. I mean, it's not a shame. It's good for them.
So they
And
can
what's-
charge for their
yes.
appearances.
What's happening is keeping the kids off the streets. They're making money. They have pocket money. They're making good money also.
Okay, let's bring in the audience quickly. Hi, you're live on City Line. Do you have a question?
Yes,
Yes,
Go ahead.
please.
thank you. You know, I'll make this quick. I work with children every day, and in all of the rage and popularity of breakdancing, I think the promoters have forgotten one very important factor, and that's safety. Children need, I feel, to be cautioned that considerable skill and training is needed before they attempt, the contortions. Someone is going to end up breaking a back, arm, leg, severing a spinal
Okay,
cord, or dislocating a vertebra.
Let me have Fred respond to that. Go ahead, Fred.
Thank
Yes.
you.
Okay, what we do, that's why we have in the book, we have the basic moves. We don't illustrate like the head spin, which a head spin is very, very dangerous. No one should attempt a head spin without supervision, because you can break your neck by doing the head spin. There are several moves there that you can't do. We do the very simple, basic moves. We also do have a disclaimer in our book that it can injure you. You can injure yourself very, very bad
Well,
from
you
doing
seem
this.
to have stressed that
Yes,
throughout
we stress
this
this.
discussion.
We stress this.
The
It's
safety
very
factor.
important, yes.
Okay, Fred, if somebody wants to get your book one more time, how do they get the book?
They can get the book by calling 1-800-533-FREE.
Okay, fantastic. Fred Carter, thank you for being
Okay,
with us.
thank you for having me again.
We're going to come right back on City Line with a discussion about rap music and a whole bunch of rap music.
Now here's this week's community calendar.
Hi, I'm Pat Onley. Channel 13 is teamed with the YWCA to sponsor the opening night performance of Lena Horne, The Lady and Her Music, on Tuesday, March 20th at the Morris Mechanic Theater. Please join us for a gala evening as we help the YWCA raise money to renovate its critically needed downtown facility. Good seats are still available, so call the YWCA tomorrow at 685-1460. We look forward to seeing you.
Hi, I'm Everett Green. The class of '79 of Forest Park Senior High is preparing for its 5th year class reunion. It will be held at the Forum on June 3rd from 9 p.m. to 1 a.m. For more information about tickets, contact Cynthia Powell Holland at 578-8444. 44.
If your group or organization would like to announce an event, please write us in care of City Line, WJZ-TV, Television Hill, Baltimore, Maryland, 21211, or call us for further information at 466-0013 between the hours of 9 and 5.
Okay, we're back, and as we promised you, we said something about the break music earlier, break dancing.
Break dancing.
Thank you. It's
Right.
cultural.
Break dancing and rap music.
Break dancing, now rap music, which is the cultural cousin. And we have our guest next is Tom Silverman, who is of Tommy Boy Records. Tom, you've been, welcome to City Line. You've been stated as being the person to bring out more rap music recordings than any other label.
I definitely can't take
How
claim
did you
to that.
earn that?
I don't think I did. I think there's at least one other label who's probably known for it even more than I am. I don't only do rap, I also put out other kinds of music, but it's just music that caters to the same people who like rap, basically the street audience.
Who are some of the groups that you have on Tommy Boy Records?
We have Africa Bambaataa and Soul Sonic Force, known for Planet Rock and Looking for the Perfect Beat. And
I know everybody knows that.
And they're breaking big now with their new one, Renegades of Funk, which is blasting off here and overseas for the first time. We have Planet Patrol, which is basically a 1980s Temptation-style group, not a rap group, really a vocal group. Another group called Johnson Crew, which is one of the first electro boogie groups for that type of dancing that you call body popping, also known as electro boogie. Johnson Crew's kind of music is very science fiction and great for that kind of dancing. We also have a new group called the Force MDs, which is a vocal group that also raps and also breakdances.
Well, but you got an awful lot of groups there, Tom.
We've only been in business for 2 years.
You only been in business for 2 years.
Wow.
Well, there is a local group here in Baltimore called the Charm City Crew. As a matter of fact, the Charm City Crew was involved in a contest that Web Radio, WBB Radio had, and we had an opportunity to visit with them recently and to catch their act live. Let's take a look at that, and then we'll come right back to Tom Silverman.
We the G to the F, the O-R-C-E. We're 3 young rappers with a master's degree. We don't drink no wine and shoot no dope. We don't smoke no weed or no coke. I chew the mellows on the mic, now don't you be late. I just get on the mic and let's combinate. Ha! See you living each day, dealing with your life. I said wherever you go, you better carry your knife. Cause there's bank robbers, stick 'em in the junkies and crooks. No be no food, just stay in school and study your book. And plenty goes in this world and many children to select. Don't set the life living off a welfare check to support us and give us your contribution. Cause in this world of every day there's no solution. From city, from state to state. Come on, ICE, let's combinate.
So just to listen here, brother, just before you get it wrong. My name is Ice-E and my rap is real strong. You wanna be bad and you wanna be hip. You're walking around town finding people you can clip. Now you're in jail, your mother's raising hell. The rent man is at the door ringing the bell. You get hurt in jail trying to survive. When nightfall hits, you cry and take a dive. So just to be a cool fella, but don't overdo it. Because it ain't gonna get it, trying to be too slick. Fool me, Ice-E, I'm not a bit slick. But MC's gonna track all the chicks. Cause I'm the man undercover, I'm the cold crushing lover. After me, you won't want no other. From city and state to state. Come on, Mellow G, let's combinate.
Well, I was shaking, never baking at a preppy party, and they were looking at the kid like I was crazy. I said the beat was thumping on the box, and everybody their shirts were matching with the socks. I overheard a chat that was going around, and that the mellow man is here, and I came to throw down. So I booked into the room with a smile on my face, and started pulling out some jams on my briefcase. Ha! I got on the tables, then I started to whip, then I thought about the mic and started rapping on it. I was aggressive, a deep with the touch of class, and I can scratch him on the table like a grandmaster flash. Don't write me a check that you cannot endorse. Ha! I'm number 3 rapper who rap with G4 from town to town, hot and state to state. Come on, Ice-T, and let's combinate. Ha! Life is living, living is life. Don't be no fool, you can't live twice. Cause in this world of stress and pain, the people bit McCain and the stomping on their brain. And rankings combination, there's a daily high inflation. Coons walk around the street without a day of education. As mamas walk around with no place to stay. Because the rich got greedy, took the house away. I read in the paper of the race to
crime. I saw a cheap young punk fighting over a dime. And while the rich get richer, money seems to disappear. You can't have no future while you're sitting in the chair. To get out the cheat and take a step through life, it can't be no harder while you're cheating on your wife. Uncle Cool T, I'm on the microphone. I go to rock the party, then I head for home. I come to the place, I put the boogie in your face. I rock it to the rhythm with the mic.
Yeah.
I'm the man,
Good
undercover,
time.
I'm the cold cutting lover. If
To
you
the
don't
beat,
believe
y'all.
me, you can ask your mother. Do it!
Do it!
Do it!
You don't
Do it.
stop that body rock to the beat, y'all.
Come on,
Come on.
to the beat.
Ha ha ha, yeah.
Ain't it funky, y'all?
Ain't it funky?
To the beat
Come
now.
on.
Ha ha.
That's the Charm City crew. They're the
And with
winners
a
of
hip hop and a hippity hop.
They're the winners in WEBB Radio's rap contest, and we're going to take a break and come right back. Hip hop, right?
Hip hop. Right. It's probably true that you don't stop the rock to the bang bang boogie and the hip hop to the hippity hop. We're back with Tom Silverman. We're talking about
Well put.
about rock rap music, which is a new phenomena of rock music. Tom, you know, is rap music just a fad? I mean, can you build a company on rap music?
I'd say 3 or 4 companies have. My company really isn't built on rap music, but it was a rap record that probably was our most successful record ever. And whenever we do one,
The
we
Planet
see-
Rock?
Planet Rock, and the record that we put out before that, Jazzy 5, Jazzy Sensation, was probably a bigger, our first big hit that got us out of debt. So, and I can tell you there are other labels like Sugar Hill and Profile which have based their labels on rap.
How long can it last?
How long it can last, it's hard to say. They said, how long can disco last? Well, they thought disco was dead when the media pronounced it dead 5 years ago, and it's still doing real strong.
And it came back, yeah.
And it never left. It didn't really come back. It just never left. I don't think rap is going to die because it's a sociological phenomenon.
Okay,
It
Tom.
might become more melodic.
Okay, now you're with us, and we want to take advantage of this expertise that you have. We want you to judge the unique girls who are at our mic right now, and they're going to give us a demonstration of rap.
You and I, QUE, we're the unique girls, and we're real freaky. You and I, QUE, we're the unique girls, and we're real freaky. When we come in town, you better step aside, 'cause we're cool, we're bad, you can see it in our stride. You and I, QUE, we're the unique girls, and we're real freaky. Well, people call me Shorty, but it's not my name. You gotta have scratch to play my game. You and I, QUE, we're the unique girls, and we're real freaky.
Well, my name is Glenda, but they call me Shorty G, and if a man in the world can move like me,
You and I, QUE, we're the unique girls, and we're real freaky.
Well, my name is Sexy, but they call me Shorty E, and if you in the world can move like me, I got the style, I got the class. If you don't like my rap, you can.
You couldn't say that on television, did you? Thank you, unique girl.
I know that's a little shorter than you were perhaps due, but thanks so much.
You're welcome.
Tom, that is the rhythm of rapping, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really hard to appreciate it without the drum box behind it. That beatbox makes it really come to life. Like the rappers, the Charm City rappers
City crew, yeah.
they had just a beatbox behind it, which is similar to what Run DMC had with It's Like That and Sucker MCs, and that kind of a thing makes the thing come to life. You really can't do it with no music or instruments at all. I felt like beating on my leg just to give them something to go with. It's real hard to keep the rhythm. It's all about beat, and it's almost, there's a parallel you could draw with scat singing, if anything. And a lot of people think there's roots in bebop in this.
let me just remind everybody at home that you can join in our discussion by calling 481-1313, and we probably have a few seconds to get a few phone calls in, 481-1313. But Tom, you know, there's this phenomena that people keep talking about, I mean, with rap music, that you have to be from New York or you have to be from L.A. in order to do it. All the big groups seem to come from there. They could come from the streets of there. I mean, are there successful groups from other areas?
Not many.
I think you just answered my question.
Not many, but I'll tell you the reason for that, which is probably what you really want to know, is because most of the labels that specialize this are in New York, and they've been doing it longer, so the competition is much higher. The kind of raps that you hear in Baltimore and other places are what was happening in New York about a year and a half or 2 years ago. Rapping has gone, Soul Sonic Force and Run DMC, and now don't consider what they do rap, they consider it MC popping, which is another level higher, and it just keeps evolving.
Another level of hip
just like
Baltimore
jazz
2 years from now.
Let's bring in the home audience a little bit. They want to talk to you as well. Hi, you want to talk to Tom Silverman?
Yes, I'd like to know how he finds his talent. I mean, does he go out and see if in the public, and does he see people rapping and he like asks them to come to the station or whatever?
That's what we usually do. I go uptown in New York and into the Bronx and other places, and we go to community centers and just incognito, basically, unannounced, and watch the people do what they do. And if we hear people that really stand out, that do something that I've never seen before, sometimes we give them a call. Another thing I do is I judge rap contests a lot, but I like to work with the group. Sometimes I produce them. I usually executive produce them so I can direct them the way I want to make them exciting.
Tom, tell me about the rap contest in New York. I've heard that they've got clubs where they're playing they've got DJs playing the music and people rapping actually on the mic live.
Yeah, well, that happens here too, I'm sure, but mostly in community centers. There's one club in New York called the Roxy, which is the scene of a movie which is being shot now. A couple of movies are being shot there, and I'm reading a screenplay for another. Breakdancing and rapping and scratching and DJing. This is the topic for, I'd say, at least 5 or 6 movies that are in production right now, and by next year it'll be about 10 times bigger than it is now. It'll be like Saturday Night Fever.
All righty, let's take another call. Hi, you're live on City Line.
Hi. Listen, I was listening to this. It's supposed to be such a new phenomenon. And my mother, who is in her 60s, states that when she was young and growing up, she used to listen to rap music at church. That they used to do it like quartets. They used to do rap music, like take parables, whatever from the Bible, and do rap music.
In the church.
Had you heard of that, Tom?
I've heard of Jamaican roots of rap where they had what they call toasting in Jamaica, and they would get up and do lines and rhymes, and the Rastafarians would be involved in that. I'm sure that it had its parallels in the church too. It has its parallels in bebop. It has its parallels in doo-wops from the 50s. It's the culmination of many forms of music.
Now, when rap music started, it just seemed to have been just a bunch of words that, for me, and maybe it's my own hearing, that didn't make any sense. But then all of a sudden, there became very serious messages there that were really heavy and that talked about life and about what people were going through. Do you see that as continuing?
I see that as ending pretty fast. I think that people don't want to be faced with realities and the hard times of life. They want to party, they want to get away, they want to escape. And they want something better. And all of our raps have a message, but the message is usually that you're capable of something better, so go out and do it. Not how horrible New York is or how horrible the world is and inflation is bad and we can't make a buck. I turn down those type of raps immediately because of the content. And
but Tom,
I'm not interested in raps about nuclear war.
What was the Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five with the message? Wasn't that one of the biggest sellers?
It was the second biggest seller to Planet Rock, which was more of a rap about peace and love to the world, which is one of the lyrics in it, and that sold over 600,000 copies that year.
But the message was a big hit.
It was a big hit,
Okay.
but they followed it up with a song called New York, New York, which wasn't nearly as big of a hit, which was even more depressing.
Let's take another call, Tom. Hi, you want to talk to Tom Silverman?
Yes, I'd like to know, how is rap music cultural? Because most of the rap songs that I've heard are related to crime.
Oh, well, you should pick up some Tommy Boy rap songs. None of ours are related to crime. They're all
Commercial.
They're all related, really, to a better way of life. And a few of them are related to crime, but I don't think that most of them are. I think you really have to investigate a little further. It's about happiness.
But, she raises a good point, though, the cultural aspect. Is there anything cultural about rap music?
100% cultural. Everything about it is cultural. There's
In what
nothing
way?
not cultural. That's why I'm excited about it.
In what way?
It comes from the streets. It oozes from the streets. It came from some of the worst ghettos in America. It's music that rose from oppression, societal oppression, and it's from people who have to get this emotion out, and it's raw and it's real. And it was a combination of the music and the raps that really, why else would Rapper's Delight, which has sold more copies of a 12-inch than anybody has ever sold before in the history of man, be such a big hit?
Okay, someone at home would like to talk to Tom Silverman. You're on City Line Live. Go ahead, please. Hello, anybody there?
Yes.
Go ahead, please.
I would like to ask, hello?
Okay, now you're going to have to turn your television down and talk directly to us.
So, if they have younger children under the age of 13 rapping?
Yeah, we like to do that. There's legal problems involved that anybody under 16 is legally a minor, and contracts with those people are not binding in law, and so it makes us shy away from it, but we'd be real excited to do something with somebody 13, 11, or 12. That's our prime market. So we would enjoy that, but you have to have parental contract signed, and it's very complicated. You deal with more parties.
Tommy Boy Records is now riding the wave of success, along with other record labels, Sugar Hill, and I think you bet your profile also. Rap music is something that the critics didn't even want to deal with at first. I mean, how are critics treating you now? Do you care about the critics?
In the press, the critics in New York jumped on it right away. They used to be into reggae. Now all of a sudden they don't watch reggae anymore. They watch rap. They love cultural black music. They don't like mainstream R&B, unfortunately. I've found that the critics have been incredibly good to us all over the world. Africa Bambaataa is practically has the critical acclaim of Elvis Presley or the Beatles at this point, and that's no lie. Their new record came into the charts in England at 39, the pop chart.
Tom Silverman of Tommy Boy Records, and Tom, you brought me a nice hat. I'm really happy with the hat. It's a little bit large for me, but I'm gonna try it anyway. Tom Silverman of Tommy Boy Records, thank you very much for being with us today. We're gonna take a break, and we're gonna come back with Curtis Anderson and Tim Watts. With our special on breaking and rapping, and we've been joined by three folk who can really rap some, and all of whom need no introduction to most of them. Except with faces. Yeah, right. Nobody knows what they look like. You'll recognize these voices once they start talking. It's Curtis Anderson of WWIN Radio, Jay Russell of WEBB, and our well, you recognize his face.
Tiny Tim Watts of V103.
How you doing, guys?
Fine, thank you.
Welcome.
I feel great.
Welcome.
Fantastic.
We need to hear what programmers, radio programmers have to say about rap music and how it's influenced the way you program.
Are we starting from
Curtis?
left to right?
Yeah,
Okay.
Curtis.
You know, I remember back in 1979, it was 1979 when there was a record called Rapper's Delight when it first hit. I had the pleasure of bringing the first original copy back out of New York, which was owned by Sugar Hill Records. And at the time, they were backordered like 177,000 just in New York alone before it even spread anywhere else in the country. The message in the music, you know, has always been positive. I mean, you know, the hip-hop and the bebop was like an expression of the beat, you know, but, you know, the message has always been
Curtis,
there.
as a programmer, right? What did you do with that? I mean, what does Win do with the rap music?
Fired it up, just put it on and let it go for itself. You know, see, in programming, there was a time when everybody thought everybody wanted to hear singing, singing, singing. And because of DJs talking, who wants to hear a record talking? You know, but I mean, it reversed itself. You know, and what they were saying in the song was actual truth.
Okay, but what is it that Win does now?
We still play rap music.
You still play rap music?
Oh, yeah, we be hip-hop
all day long?
Well, not all day long, just in certain day parts.
Tell me about that.
Okay, well, in programming, you know, you have a certain amount of people who, you know, like certain music, you know, and of course, you know, you have to please everybody that listens. On our AM station, you know, we have an AM and an FM, and on the AM station at night, we have what we call Mac Jam 84, which, you know, consists mainly of all the rap records.
Because you know that the people who like the rap music like to listen at that time.
Okay, let's bring in Jay. Jay, what's the status on WEBB?
Okay, well, first let's clarify two things. I am not the programmer, and there is a difference between programming and programmer.
Okay.
Don Brooks is our programmer. But in programming music, we are probably Maryland's leader when it comes to playing rap music. The ratings indicate that. Secondly, I think that there is a great need for that kind of creativity, particularly the cultural aspect. Everyone growing up today needs somebody to be an example to them. It's interesting, I was talking to a guy the other night at the Park Heights Fire Department, and he was talking about the number of kids that are ODing, and they don't have any way to escape. And he was talking something like 50 kids a month are really taking their lives. I think rap music, you mentioned the cultural aspect, I think rap music has, particularly in Baltimore, which is the 8th poorest city in the country, has allowed a lot of kids, particularly black kids, to get into something that they like, they love, something they can give them a dream, give them some hope, give them some
Let me make
desire.
sure I understand the programming techniques, though. Wynn plays rap music sometimes during the evenings on AM station. WBB, which is an AM station, plays rap music when?
Yeah, we're day parted. We're gospel in the morning. We are more contemporary midday, which is when I work, and in the afternoon we are day parted for more or less a teen or appeal audience.
Tim Watts is the program director at V103. Is that correct?
So far.
Okay. What is the philosophy at the V?
Basically the same as Curtis was talking about. We day part our music very heavily. It does present a problem. To make a short story long, we play it at night and on weekends. Now the problem is developing because it is beginning to creep into the music, in the mainstream kind of music. Herbie Hancock has some product out now like Rocket and Auto Drive, which contains this scratch rap kind of music and so forth. And so we generally, to answer your question, keep it at night and on the weekends.
Okay, we've got a question from the audience. Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Well, Tom Silverman said that rap music was 100% cultural, and it seems like that a lot of people like it and enjoy it. I wanted to know why it wasn't included in the American Music Awards or the Grammys, or do you think it will ever be?
I'd like to answer that question. That's a very good question. Number one, rap music came along with independent record companies, companies that were not even companies at one point in time. And what happened was, you know, with your Capitals and your Motowns and your RCAs, all your big companies, rap music just took the major companies by storm and just knocked them off their feet. And they said, wait a minute, well, here's all this new money coming in, you know? So what happens is, when you have independent companies that are not members of, excuse me, the Grammy organizations, anything like that, then they tend not to be nominated, even though they've outsold anything.
Isn't it the independents who always come up with the innovations?
I mean, you know, you have to be independent to be innovative. You know, I mean, if in corporate things, when you're stuck in corporate structures, then you end up in corporate problems. You know, but independent, you're like your own boss.
Okay, Tim.
And as far as her question is concerned, rap music wasn't the only kind of music that is so-called neglected from the Grammys. If you remember when Michael Jackson's Off the Wall album was out, which at its time was a huge album. Michael's name wasn't even called at the Grammys. It won nothing. So it depends from time to time. There are a lot of political things, and as Curtis mentioned,
I'm waiting for the Reggae Music Awards.
That's right. That's right.
You have to admit, though,
I'm sorry.
Popular demand in politics, there's no question about it. Rap music is basically considered R&B music, black music. Everybody knows R&B music has a hard enough time crossing over to pop music. So it's simply politics and popularity.
And I'd also like to say something, if I can, too. Tim and I had the pleasure of being in Los Angeles just last week at the Grammys. And to actually see, you know, all the politicking and actually see all the stars there just hanging out, you know, all night long. We had a great time.
Let me ask you something, though. Now, radio stations, just like most things, have to do with advertising. And advertising is generally piped to the 18 to 49-year-olds. And yet rap music is geared to the younger crowd. How do you answer to advertisers to keep the radio stations in the money? Jay?
Well, that's a big myth. A lot of kids turn on the radio, and parents would rather them do that than go out and steal something. If the kids turn it on, the parents have a chance to listen to, and you'd be amazed how many households have kids and parents.
Okay, thank you. We're going to take a call from home. Hi, do you want to talk to our 3 DJs?
Yes.
Go ahead.
Hello, my name is
Please don't listen to your television. Talk directly to us.
This is my name. I would like to talk to Jay Russell.
Go ahead.
Okay, we're going to have to cut you off.
No, don't do that. Jay Russell.
Alrighty. Let's go to another line and talk to someone at home. Okay. Either of you want to answer the question about advertising?
Well,
Curtis?
you know, the advertisers, the advertising agencies, for the most part, all they want to see are the numbers, the number of people that are listening, you know, per 1,000. And of course, you know, coming back to Russell's point, you know, when you have our young American people in their homes listening to the radios, they're in total control of the radio box. So in turn, when the parents in the house and the radio's blasting and they're hearing, you know, some hip-hop music, as Dan calls it, you know, that means that you also have that adult listener and that teenage listener there too. So you could be selling a soda pop, or you could be selling some carpet.
Tim, is there any redeeming value to rap music at all?
Oh, I think so for sure. As the question you brought up in the last segment with the huge success of that record, The Message, and just bringing out some positive things and telling it the way it is. Although, as Tom was saying, it talks about the harshness of New York City and some other things like that that a lot of people may not care to hear. It brings out some very, very positive things in life. And by the way, you handle that phone pretty good.
There are other things,
quickly.
Entertainment value for the kids. Giving them a chance to grow up and be able to obtain some kind of prominence in the music industry.
Okay, let's try one more call. I'll try my hand at it. Hi, you're live on City Line.
Hi, my question is, each of the DJs stated that they have they limit the playing of the music. Now, since it's so popular in the public, why is it limited? I don't understand. Why isn't it included in their main distribution of the music?
Okay.
The bottom line is you're businessmen, aren't you?
Well, the bottom line
Quick
is
answers.
the bottom line is the fact that we, you know, rap music and the audience for that, it's not the audio audience that, you know, that's listening to the radio. You have people that are listening in their cars. You have people that like to hear Gladys Knight and the Pips. You know, and you're talking about 15-minute segments and running of commercials. So, you know, we have to play music, you know, throughout to satisfy everybody.
I'm going to cut you because I want you to do an example of a 10-second example of rapping, Curtis.
Let me do 10 seconds.
Right now.
All right. Let's see. I was walking down the street just the day and I found somebody peeping. I didn't know what to do, so I turned the other way and I just started sneaking.
Thank you, Curtis Anderson, for that demonstration. Jay Russell of WEBB Radio, and of course Tim Watts of City Line. And
give me a chance to rap.
Jay's going to come back and rap another day, and we're going to wrap out of here and come back with the results of our contest.
The winners.
Yes.
Well, we've had really a lot of fun today.
My heavens.
You know, I got to stop for a second and talk about next week's show before we announce our contest winners.
Which is serious.
Yeah, this is very serious. Next week, sexism from the pulpit, the study of women's role in the church and the study of how women relate in the church through the years as well as particularly today.
And if you'd like to be a part of our audience for that, please call us at 481-1313 right now.
Right this minute.
And make your reservations. We'd like to have you in the audience to address yourself to this.
The fact is that our audience gets kind of tight
Exactly.
whenever we have shows, and if you don't call in soon, then you won't be able to be here. So if you'd like to be here for Sexism from the Pulpit,
Yes.
then call us at 481-1313 right now.
But now, a lighter note. The results of the contest on today's show. Remember, we pitted the Rockets against Chocolate Boogie, right?
Right.
And you were to vote by calling our special 900 line. We'd like now to give you an idea as to who the winner is.
May I
May we
have
have
the
the envelope,
envelope,
please?
The envelope?
The envelope. Want me to open
My
it?
hands are full.
I know.
I have the Larry Beck Trophy.
Okay, I'm gonna let you call it out. The winner is...
Drum roll. The winner of the contest is Chocolate Boogie. Come on up, guys. Come on.
Hi, guys. How are you doing? Good. Tell me who you are.
My name is Richard Burton.
Okay, let's introduce all the members.
My name is Michael Bauer. Daryl Mitchell.
Come on, quickly.
Franklin Mitchell.
Okay, tell me about this group. How'd you get together? Is that how?
Wait a minute.
How'd you get together?
It all started when we had a club called the Eagles, and we was just up at the skating ring, and we was there all dancing together, and we just met together. We started dancing.
Have you won any other contests?
Yes.
Which one?
Well,
we won a lot of
Free up
contests.
rhythm skate, shake and bake.
You want them up to rhythm skate?
Yeah,
Okay.
we really met down the
Fantastic.
harbor, right? You know,
Uh-huh.
street performances, but they cut that out.
Oh, I see.
Police.
Okay,
All right, well,
okay.
the first thing I want to do is to make sure that I give you this lovely trophy from Larry Beck that signifies the fact that you have won the City Line Breakdancing Contest.
I wanted to say thank everybody. Thank y'all for voting for us, and the Rockets better luck next time. It was good, man. It was
Chocolate
good
Boogie
competition.
1386 and the Rockets 218.
Good competition. The Rockets and Chocolate Boogie are the best together.
Wow.
Okay, thanks a lot, guys. Really appreciate it. Chocolate Boogie 1386 and the Rockets 218.
Unreal. Okay, that's our show. I've enjoyed it.
I've had a lot of fun today with the this and the that and the hip and the hop and the this and the right, everything else. Thanks a lot. I'm Dan Henson. That's this week's edition of City Line.
And I'm Jackie Hall. Have a good Sunday.